Yo, what's going down, Green Screen Entertainment fans? Your homie Jay Green back right now with a brand new, take that shit back, an old ass review for a movie called Freaky Tales. Now let me tell y'all like this. I had no idea that this movie was ever a thing, okay? Last week I'm watching Peacemaker, I'm watching the podcast after the show, I fall asleep, I wake up and I see a trailer for Freaky Tales. I'm like, oh, looks interesting. Now in my mind at the time, I'm seeing Pedro Pascal, Jay Ellis, Ben Mendelsohn. I hear the narration, the voice sounds like Too Short. Ji Young Yo is in this from K-pop Demon Hunters. Jack Champion, this dude was in Avatar Way of the Water playing Spider. Dope ass last name, by the way. So I'm thinking to myself, damn, it's a pretty stacked cast. I'm gonna check this movie out based on just the acting caliber alone. And I'm happy that I did because this movie was fly as hell. Now, right now, this movie is on HBO Max, and I think that you should drop what you're doing after you watch this video and go check this film out because I think that you will enjoy the hell out of it. Now, because of the nature of this film, I'm not going to give y'all a lot about what it is and how it necessarily plays out. What I am going to tell you is this. Think about Pulp Fiction, some Tarantino type swag, feels a little non-linear. You got Oakland set in 1987, hip hop, Nazis, or at least neo-fascists, whatever. Hella racism, let's just say that. Corrupt cops, a dope cameo from an extremely famous actor in a video store, and the stories throughout this film could basically be based on urban legends from the Yay area, mixed in with a touch of sci-fi creativity. Now, I know all those elements probably don't feel like they would flow together very seamlessly, but I will say, in my personal opinion, that Anna Boden and Ryan Flex writing and directing did this story justice. Now, I personally am not from Oakland. I'm from South San Jose, but I can tell you this, still growing up in the Bay Area where everything is hella, I definitely felt Oakland and that East Bay swag throughout this entire film, which is interesting because I ain't gonna front, Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck are two white people. Ryan did grow up in Berkeley, Anna from Massachusetts, and they studied at NYU, so you really wouldn't necessarily think that everything that is in this film, the concepts, the swag, and all of that would actually be coming from these two. But I thought they did a great job with it. And one of the things that I love in this movie was that the first, let's say, story elements that we're getting following a couple of characters, right, deals heavily with these Nazis, these racist people that are giving them and their crew of misfits a bunch of trouble. And the way that they go about portraying this on screen in Oakland and things like that, I feel like the conversations made a lot of sense. They had exposition in them, but they were written extremely well that you didn't really notice the exposition unless you're really paying attention, in the sense that it's giving you information of the time, the place, what the police are like in this particular area versus police maybe in another area, what they can or can't do to kind of fight against these racist acts from these like basically Nazis, right? It's not always easy for movies to present certain concepts, ideals, or conversations and make it feel like the movie is not speaking directly to you, but rather you're involved in the conversation. And I thought this movie did that extremely well. Don't want to give y'all too much detail in what those type of conversations are, but watch the film, pay attention, feel it, let it sink in, and I think you'll understand what I'm talking about. Another thing that I thought was great about this movie was the pacing. Remember, like I said before, it's very Tarantino-esque, meaning we're following a couple of different characters throughout the film going after kind of one villain, right? But in the beginning of the movie, it's a completely different vibe and texture versus the middle of the movie versus the end of the movie. And each portion of that is just as entertaining, but you get a different feeling from all of it. In the beginning, we're really kind of feeling for these characters going through this situation, and we're really hoping that they come out on top. And in the middle of the story, we're following Pedro Pascal's character, and just as he feels like he's able to follow through with some of these new motivations in life, the script gets flipped on him, and as we're watching Pedro throughout this whole portion of the film, into the end of the film, this right here is another testament as to why he is every freaking where and why he is so dope and so sought after to be in multiple projects in one calendar year. Because this man is phenomenal in this film. He's straight up elevates this material. And when we get to the end of the movie, there's some stuff that jumps off and you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. It definitely gave me some Kill Bill vibes, and I am not mad at that. This movie for me, from top to bottom, was crazy entertaining, extremely creative, well written, wonderfully directed, amazingly acted, beautiful to look at, and hella fly because it takes place in my neck of the woods. So when they're showing specific landmarks, I'm like, yo, I know that building. Yo, I've been there before. Hell yeah, Lake Merritt, let's go. And it was just like super fun. Now this movie came out back in 2024. I thought it came out this year until I actually looked it up on IMDb and I'm like, oh damn, I'm hella late to this party. But it's on HBO right now, and if you have HBO, it's basically free for you. So check it out. I really think you're gonna enjoy it. And that's the end of my review. So now I would encourage y'all, drop what the hell you're doing, click on that HBO app, and check this movie out. Now, if you've already seen this movie, go ahead and comment below. Let me know what you thought of it. If you liked it, dope. If you didn't, dope. But let me hear your thoughts. You feel me? Your homie, Jay Green, I'm out.